Hello, and welcome to this brief video on using the David Rumsey Map Collection to find maps for literature research. We will illustrate how to find maps in the Rumsey Collection using a case study. We will attempt to find where the first Martian spacecraft landed in the novel The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. Excerpts from the book used here come from the edition of the book contained at the Internet Archive. On page 13 of the book, we see that the first Martians landed somewhere between Horsell, Ottershaw, and Woking. So let's find out where these places are. Entering Horsell in Google Maps takes us to a current map of the region showing the area where the first Martian spacecraft landed. The book states that the craft landed somewhere on the Common in this region, so let's zoom in on the Google map to see if we can find this place. And here we see Horsell Common just up the road from Woking. The book also says that the craft landed not far from the sand pits, so let's look for this landmark. Searching around Google Map a bit in the vicinity of Horsell Common reveals the sand pit. Clicking on the sand pit icon takes us to an information box for the sand pit, which includes photos of the region, with one particular photo nicely conveying an appropriately foreboding mood for the place. Now switching to the satellite view of the area, we see another view of the Martian landing site where we get a sense of what this area looks like today. But what did this area look like when the Martians landed? Well, this is where the David Rumsey Map Collection comes into play in finding old maps of places. By the way, if this was historical fiction, we could say with a great degree of certainty that this is exactly where the Martians landed. In order to use the David Rumsey Collection, you need to know something about the region of interest. For this case study, zooming out on Google Maps shows us that the Martians landed southwest of London. Zooming out further, the region of interest is in southeast England, southwest of London, and southeast of Reading. Okay, now we are ready to fire up the Rumsey Collection. The David Rumsey Map Collection has over 128,000 maps and related images online. The maps cover the 16th through 21st century, and North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, the Pacific, the Arctic, and the world. As you can see, this is a valuable and easy to use map resource, and you are encouraged to learn more about this resource after viewing this video. There are a number of ways to view maps in the Rumsey Collection, but here we will focus on just the map rank search capability. Here is how you get to map rank search. Here we are at the map rank search page. You use the zoom capability and the time slider bar to begin your search. For this case study, we have zoomed in on the area around Woking and set the time slider bar to the period in which the novel takes place. Now, if you scroll down the instant search results and hover over a map, you will see a rectangle drawn around the region covered by the map. For this example, the Dorking map of 1887 looks like a good candidate, and clicking on the map thumbnail brings us to the map. Now, zooming in on the area where we expect to find the landing site, brings us to the region of the landing site. We don't see the sand pit marked on this old map, but we do see a place called Sandpit Hill, so we must be in the right place. Overlaying the Google map onto the Dorking map gives a good idea of pretty much the exact location of the Martian landing site. Having found a map in the Rumsey collection, you will probably want to save it for future reference. On the Maps page, click on Share and the Link button to copy the URL for the map. This allows you to get back to the map at some future time. If you want to save a copy of the map, click on Export and then on Extra Extra Large to start a download. You will probably get this message, so be patient. Of course, the full process for using maps for literature research extends far beyond just finding maps and places on maps. For a detailed example of what such a process might look like, check out this video describing a web-accessible database and travel map tracing Rebecca West's journey through Yugoslavia as described in her book Black Lamb and Grey Falcon. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it will help you to use the David Rumsey Map Collection to find maps for literature research.